Hello everyone, myself Bautik Trivedi working as an assistant professor in IT/ICT department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. I will explain you the concept of OSPF, LSA and discuss tasks in advanced networking protocol subject. So all of you know the meaning of OSPF. What is the meaning of OSPF? OSPF means open shortest path first, and open shortest path first supported the different concept, the different link of the OSPF. Then after you know the OSPF concept in a proper manner. So let's start with the concept of OSPF LSA in detail, and then after talk about the discussed task shortest path algorithm in detail. So let's start with the concept of LSA. So what is the meaning of LSA? LSA means what? LSA means link state advertisement. So link state advertisement means each and every entity distribute the link state advertisement to share the information about their neighbors, because all of you know one source is there, one destination is there, and in between you put the different router, means each and every router that can be considering as a neighbor for corresponding router. So the main thing is how to share the information. So for that, one proper concept in networking, that is known as a LSA, link state advertisement. The main reason to use for the concept for the link state advertisement is that you can directly share the information about their neighbors. Second thing, LSA announce which particular thing? LSA announce the state of the entity links. So how many type of LSA generally supported here? So mainly 5 types of LSA, that's the part of the concept of the OSPF. First one, that is known as a router link. Second one, that is known as a network link. Third one, that is known as a summary link to network. Fourth one, that is known as a summary link to AS boundary router. And fifth one, that is known as a external link. So 5 types of LSA, that is the part of the OSPF. So let's start with the one diagram you just see. This is the diagram for that. Link state advertisement is generally divided into 5 parts. First one, that is the router link. Second one, that is the network link. Third one, that is the summary link to network. Fourth one, that is the summary link to AS boundary router. And fifth one, that is the external link. So let's start with the concept of each and every types of LSA in detail. So first of all, first types of LSA, that is the router link. What is the meaning of router link here? Router link, the definition of the router link is that it defines the link of a true router. What is the meaning of true router? What's the main use of the true router? So true router use this advertisement to announce the information about all of its link, means what is at the other side of the link, means the information about the particular neighbor. So that is the concept of the router link. So what's the diagram behind the router link? So for that, all of you know how many types of the link in OSPF. So whenever you talk about the links of the OSPF, so generally 4 types of link. First one, that is known as a point-to-point link. Second one, that is known as a transient link. Third one, that is known as a stop link. And fourth one, that is known as a virtual link. So here you just see what is the meaning of router link here. So this is the advertising router with 4 links. One link for the transient network, one link for the point-to-point, one for the stop network, and one for the virtual. So this is the example for the router link. After that, what is the main fundamental behind the network link? Network link means what? It defines the links of a network. It defines the link of a network means what? So here one important concept, that is known as a designated router. So what is the meaning of designated router? So designated router generally used for distribute the packet, distribute the LSA packet. So it announces the existence of all the routers connected to the network. So why we use the network link? The main reason is that it directly announcing the existence of all the routers connected to the network. So this is about the concept of the network link. And what's the main diagram behind that? So you just see the diagram. One router that can be considering as a designated router, and this particular router with the different link. So designated router advertise this link, and that is directly connected with the 5 links. So that's the example of the network link. So types of the LSA, again I repeat, 5 names for that. First one, that is known as a router link. Second one, that is known as a network link. Third one, summary link to network. Fourth one, summary link to AS boundary router. Fifth one, that is known as a external link. So out of the 5, up to this, 2 important points over. First one, that is known as a that is the types of the link. Which particular link? Already you know, you just see the name. First one, that is the router link, and second one, that is the network link. After that, summary link to network. So here, what is the meaning of summary link to network? Because all of you know the concept of flooding. What is the meaning of flooding in networking? So flooding in networking means you pass the information from one location to another location. So here all of you know, whatever the autonomous system is generally divided into the different area. So autonomous system is generally divided into the different area. So here using the concept of flooding. Flooding means you can directly flood the area with information inside an area. But here one particular router, the name of the router, that is known as a area border router. So area border router is active in more than one area. So with using this, you can directly transfer the information from one area to another area. So what's the diagram behind that? You just see the diagram, so you properly understood. So here you just see the one example for that. R1, that can be considering as a area border router. So that supported the 2 routing table, one for the area 1 and one for the area 0. So this is the example. R1 will flood the area 1 with information about how to reach a network located in area 0. R2 play the same role. So whatever the discussion here, you just see the particular thing in a diagram. So you just see the diagram. All of you know, one autonomous system is divided into the different area. So here this particular autonomous system is divided into the area 0, area 1 and area 2. In this particular concept, using the 2 border router, one R1 and one R2. So that is known as a area border router. Why we use the R1? So R1 is generally used for passing the information between area 0 and area 1. R2 is generally used for passing the information between the area 0 and area 2. Here I put one network N1 that is located in area 0. So between R1 to N1 and R2 to N1, whatever the dotted line, that can be considered as summary link to network. So this is the way you can directly talk about the particular concept. Again I repeat, first of all, one autonomous system is divided into the different area. After that, each and every area is connected with one area border router. So what is the main functionality of the area border router? You can directly transfer the information from one area to another area. In a particular area, you put a one network that is known as a N1. So whatever the connection between R1 and N1 and R2 and N1, that can be treated as a summary link to network. After that, fourth type, summary link to router or summary link to AS boundary router. So what is the meaning of AS? All of you know, that is the autonomous system. So autonomous system boundary router. So what is the meaning of that? So here you just see summary link to autonomous system boundary router provide the information. So first one, using the concept of the area border router, and area border router generally used for flooding the information from one area to another area. So you just see the diagram, so you properly understood. Area 1 is there, area 2 is there, area 0 is there. In autonomous system, I directly put the AS boundary router. So whatever the connection between this router to AS boundary router, this router to AS boundary router, that can be considering as a summary link to AS boundary router. What is the difference between summary link to network and summary link to AS boundary router? The difference is that summary link to network supported one network in a particular area, but in summary link to AS boundary router, you directly put the boundary router in autonomous system boundary. So that is the difference between type number 3 and type number 4. After that, what is the meaning of external link? So up to this 4 topic over, first one, that is the router link, second one, that is the network link, third one, that is the summary link to network, fourth one, that is the summary link to AS boundary router, fifth one, that is known as an external link. So what is the meaning of external link and why we use the external link? So AS boundary router flood the autonomous system with the cost of each network outside the autonomous system. So using a routing table created by an exterior routing protocol, you can do that. So what's the diagram behind that? You just see the diagram. So you properly understood what is the meaning of that. This is the example of the external link. This is the diagram for the external link. So area 1, area 2 and area 0. Again I repeat the statement. One autonomous system is divided into 3 areas. Area 0, area 1, area 2. Outside the autonomous system, one network is there. Here I put one AS boundary router that is generally used for flooding the information from outside the autonomous system to inside the area. So that's why using the concept of external link. So up to this, whatever the discussion, that is totally regarding the concept of LSA. Again I repeat the name. First one, that is the router link. Second one, that is the network link. Third one, that is the summary link to network. Fourth one, that is known as a summary link to AS boundary router. And fifth one, that is known as a router link. So this is the example. All of you just see. R1 is directly connected with the net 1 and net 2. R2 is connected with the net 2. R3 is connected with the net 2 and net 3. So you just see R1 has 2 links, net 1 and net 2. R2 has 1 link, net 2, and R3 has 2 links, net 2 and net 3. So this is the concept, this is the example. So here you just see the solution. So advertisement for the net 1 is done by R1 because it is the only router and therefore that is known as a designated router. But whenever you talk about the advertisement for the net 2, so that can be done by the R1, R2 or R3 depending on which one is chosen as the designated router. And advertisement for the net 3 is done by the R3 because it is the only router and therefore that is known as a designated router. So this is all about the concept of the LSA. Next one, that is known as a link state database. So every router in an area, it receives the router link and network link LSA from every other router. So with using this, you can directly manage the link state database. That is a one kind of tabular representation of the particular topology inside the area. So every router in the same area has the same link state database. Must remember this thing. After that, the next topic, that is the discuss trust algorithm. So each router applies the discuss trust algorithm to form a particular link state database. So why we use the discuss trust shortest algorithm? So generally used for calculate the shortest path between the 2 points. So here you just see one example of that. This is very simple. First of all, for example, that is the A. So A supported the 2 neighbor, one that is the D, second one that is the N1. So which one supported the shortest path? N1 supported the 5, D supported the 8. So that's why I select N1 as a neighbor. So make N1 permanent and add it to neighbor. So here you just see N1 supported the 2 adjacent, one that is C, one that is B, and A supported 1 adjacent, that is D. C supported the 5 weight, B supported the 5 weight, D supported the 8 weight. So either B or C, I select either B or C because that supported the same weight. For example, here I select the C. Again I add the different adjacent for the C. Make the C permanent. Next one, after that I select the B as a permanent. Then after I select the N2 as a permanent. Then after I select the D as a permanent. then after I select E as a permanent, then after I select N3 as a permanent, then after I select F as a permanent. This is the procedure repeat for each and every step. Make N4 as a permanent, then after make N5 as a permanent, means each and every node I traverse here. So this is the concept of the shortest path. That's then after the last point for the today's session, that is the types of the packet generally supported in OSPF. So mainly 5 particular packet. First one, that is the hello packet. Second one, that is the database description packet. Third one, that is the link state request packet. Fourth one, that is the link state update packet. And fifth one, that is known as a link state acknowledgement packet. Link state update packet supported the 5 options: router link, network link, summary link to network, summary link to AS boundary router, and external link. So this is the diagram. OSPF packet is generally divided into 5 parts. First one, that is the hello. Second one, that is the database description. Third one, that is the link state request. Fourth one, that is the link state update. And fifth one, that is the link state acknowledgement. So packet format, you just see the packet format. Packet format supported the different option. First one, that is the version. So currently OSPF supported the version number 2. Type means which type of packet, that is the part of the OSPF packet format. Message length means total length of the message including the header. Source router IP address, so IP address of the router that sent the packet. Here you just see that is the area identification, checksum, authentication type, and authentication. So this is the OSPF packet for header. Again I repeat, first one, that is the version, second one, that is the type, third one, that is the message length, fourth one, that is the source router IP address, fifth one, that is the area identification, sixth one, that is the checksum, seventh one, that is the authentication type, and eighth one, that is the authentication. So what is the meaning of area identification? So area within which the routing take place. Checksum means what? Generally used for the error detection as well as the error correction purpose. Error detection on the entire packet excluding the authentication type and authentication data field. Authentication type means what? Which particular authentication method you generally use in a particular area. So that is the authentication type. Generally 2. Either if you set the 0, so that can be considering as a none. If you set the 1, that can be considering as a password. And authentication, so actual value of the authentication data. Fill with 0 if type is equal to 0, and 8-character password if type is equal to 1. So again I repeat this too. If you set the 0, authentication type is equal to 0, means none. If you set the authentication type is equal to 1, means that is the password. Authentication means actual value. If you set the type is equal to 0, so here you fill with the 0. But if you set the type is equal to 1, means password. So at that time you pass the value as a 8-character password. So that's all about the today's session. Must remember one thing, in today's session let's start with the concept of LSA. Then after talk about the concept of the OSPF packet format. And one important point in this, that is the Dijkstra shortest path algorithm. So in today's session mainly 3 important points. So that's all about the today's session. Thank you for watching.